What makes a good Jurassic villain? Cool looks, nasty weapons, a desire for chaos, crying? That's at least what some people are saying about the D-Rex in Jurassic World Rebirth. Ever since the 7th Jurassic film has become available digitally for purchase and to rent, fans have had more time to pause, inspect, and discuss more about the movie. And I've seen numerous posts about this video's topic, the supposed evidence that the D-Rex was actively crying during its big attack scene. Like full-on crying, like it just saw its mother perish right in front of it, or it took a look at all those Rebirth hate comments out there. Well, I hate to burst any bubbles, but I'm debunking this crying D-Rex theory in this video, and you will understand soon why. Now, I can hear some of you right now getting on to me about how Al and I make a lot of theories that focus on the heartbreaking side of things that normally people don't think about when it comes to these beasts. So I understand the alluring nature of the topic of the D-Rex being so emotionally troubled that it was in shambles. We even made a video on the really harsh origin that the Distortus Rex no doubt endured if you want to check that out later on. But when it comes to this whole crying D-Rex debate, I felt the urge to ensure that viewers get to look at the full picture before making any conclusions. So let's go to this scene that has got so many fans thinking the D-Rex was crying. In this shot right here, right as the D-Rex was about to get its manwich special, we see its attention grabbed by the approaching vehicle. In the beam of the brightness coming from the headlights, if you pause it at the right time, you can see this liquid coming out from underneath the D-Rex's eye. And this brief moment, combined with the knowledge we have that the hybrids of Jurassic were never properly cared for, is what has caused this crying D-Rex commotion. It's a fun idea, don't get me wrong, and these are in a sense tears, but not the kind that comes from emotional suffering. And I'm going to explain why shortly. These tears can actually be explained by something more common and a little less dramatic. So let's see what we know about the D-Rex. We know it's a mutant hybrid, and we know its biology is all out of whack. This alone could be the root cause for a variety of explanations to the crying. So here's some mental food for you guys. Just like how some breeds of dogs have numerous health issues due to how humans morph their bodies over generations to acquire a certain look, the D-Rex with its unnatural creation likely suffered from an array of health problems. One of them very well could have been malfunctioning glands in its eyes that forced this fluid to excessively run down its face. And even beyond the D-Rex's crazy biology, we can take a look at the chain of events that occurred that night on Isle Saint-Hubert to find another explanation. Before we get to the crying scene, what did the D-Rex actually do? Let's take a look at that. Minutes before this scene, the D-Rex took a munch on the helicopter attempting to rescue the remaining humans on the expedition. Every time the D-Rex bit down on the chopper, who knows what sort of fuel, chemicals, and smoke that came from the aircraft being destroyed. This destruction of the helicopter would pretty much allow numerous random foreign objects to make their way to the D-Rex's vulnerable eyeballs. This might help you understand a little bit more. Have you ever been doing some work on something and a tiny piece of debris falls in your eye, and depending on what it is and how big it is, your eyes just start to uncontrollably water? There's been plenty of times where I'm straight looking like a mess because I got something in my eye. The point I'm making is that something from the chopper easily could have affected the eye of the D-Rex, which would result in this discharge that looks like what we think of as tears. Or maybe the D-Rex is sick, or perhaps a Mutodon took a poop and airstrike the D-Rex right in the face. It could really be anything. Jokes aside, you don't have to go far to see that these tears are really just discharge caused by some form of irritation. You can see this happen with all sorts of animals in our real world: rhinos, elephants, horses, even dogs. But like Rebirth, when you see this liquid coming from the eyes of one of these animals, especially if you know the creature has been through things, it's easy to start to think it's crying, like a sad human. And the D-Rex without a doubt had a sad story, there's no denying that. But I just had to give my opinion and part on this whole crying D-Rex debate. Back when Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom came out, I was one of those people that got really upset at Blue crying. Like, I love Blue, I really do. I think she's an underappreciated character in this series at this point and kind of forgotten, which is sad to me. But that whole teardrop coming down Blue's face thing kind of just bothered me because animals just aren't humans, as much as we like to treat them and think of them as that. And I don't think they need to be shown with tears coming down their faces for us to be able to understand their pain. Animals, from my experience, which I've grown up on a farm and in a part of the world where animals are very much a part of our everyday lives, and let me tell you something. Sometimes what makes the most impact is when you see an animal who you know has been through some real tough shit, and they stand there just silently, no tears, no crying, but you know they're feeling something, and maybe they know you do. Those moments are sometimes the hardest. Ultimately, with animals or even humans, you don't need tears to show emotional trauma. I hope you guys understand that having some fun with some theories is a great thing. I do it all the time, you know that, and it's okay to imagine the D-Rex crying if that helps you enjoy the movie more, I guess. I really didn't intend to even make this video, guys, but I had to make sure that I gave my insight on the matter because I love animals and I like to make sure that the real animal is represented properly, as much as I can at least help with that. I hope I didn't just ruin anyone's fun. It's all fantasy after all, but the only thing I like more than fictional animals are real ones, and they just don't cry like us humans. Which means even the D-Rex can't cry, or at least they can't have tears roll down their face. They don't share the same sort of relationships that we do, where so many emotions need to be overly expressed like this. But there's plenty of evidence to support that animals do actually have emotional breakdowns, and you can say they are in a sense crying. There just won't be any tears. So the D-Rex was not crying, it probably just had irritated eyes. Someone give him some eye drops. So did you like this debunking sort of video? I've never really done it before, but if you like it and want more videos like this, tell me some topics you would like for me to delve into and see if they hold up. On that note, make sure to go give your pet or fur baby a hug for me, make sure they aren't sad, and I'll see you in the next one.